second element of motivation is having a clear destination. Now, not long ago I was watching the Beijing Olympics 2008. And I'm watching the marathon, I think it was the men's marathon, right? 42 kilometers, it's about 26 miles. And this is like at the 21st mile mark or the 22nd mile mark. They were almost there, but not quite. They're at that crucially painful time where you've run so far and your body just wants to stop, but you're not close enough to the finish line to actually get excited about the idea of finishing. You still feel like you got a long way to go. And these guys are running, and the guy that was in front wasn't in front by much, but he's turned a corner and he's caught a glimpse of the finish line. The finish line in the marathon is the stadium where all the athletics is. And he gets a glimpse at this, the bird's nest, this stadium in Beijing, and something unbelievable happens. He starts speeding up, like really speeding up. And I got goosebumps watching it. This guy just ran and ran and ran so many kilometers and miles and miles and miles, starts going faster. Like, what's going on with this guy? And he runs and runs and runs, and the same thing happens to the guy behind him. As soon as they saw the stadium, the finish line, they caught a glimpse of finishing, of their goal of coming first, in this case. Their motivation levels kicked in, and that led to an explosion of energy. So what's your stadium as a student? Motivation can be defined as the force that takes us to where we want to go. Well, where do we want to go? Where do you want to go? Most students don't have motivation because they don't have a clearly defined destination. And they wonder why they can't get themselves going to do anything, but they have nowhere where they're specifically going to. They have no particular target, and that is one of the main reasons why they struggle to generate any motivation. So what we need to do is set a clear destination that excites us to get there and to fulfill whatever goal it is that we set for ourselves. So, two key elements: clarity and desirability. Your goals have to be clear, right? They can't just be some pie in the sky type thing you want to have. They have to be clear. The more clear, the more powerful, right? Not just I want to do well at school, I want this. Not just I want to go to college, I want this college or this college or this college, whatever it might be. Clearer the better. They also have to be desirable. You don't want to set a goal that mum wants for you. Don't set a goal that grandpa wants for you. Don't set a goal that your teacher wants for you. Set a goal that you want for you. That's the key to goal setting. Make them desirable, make them your own. Now, there are five elements to goal setting. MISIC. The first one is you want your goals to be measurable. We're going to put these into practice in a sec, so don't worry. First one is your goals have to be measurable. Second one, they have to be inspiring. You don't want to make them impotent. You don't want impotent goals. Third one is you want them to be specific. Fourth point is you want them to be in your face, which means somewhere where you can see them. So you write them down, put them somewhere you can see them, not just store them in a drawer. And the fifth one is you want them to be current, in this moment now. You want to write them as if you're experiencing them now, and that's extremely powerful. So let's first look at some examples from these top students. so that will give you a bit of a guide. You can see what students out there, these top students, these AHA students are doing. Let's now do it for you right now. So open up Inches and let's check out how it's done. Okay, here we go. Second element of motivation, destination. Time to set some goals. Now, I'd like to draw your attention to the middle of the page here, and we have two types of goals. We have achievement goals. We also have experience goals. And I've given you some examples here, but quickly, the difference is achievement goals are like specific, measurable things that you want to achieve, such as a certain grade, a GPA, or a job or university you want to study at. An experience goal is a little more general. It's not as measurable, but it's no less important. An experience goal talks about a type of learning experience you want to have, which is something alluded to by a lot of the top students and was reflected in some of those quotes. So ideally, we're going to set goals for both. Now, coming down the page a bit, here we have step number 1, and I'm asking you just to set some achievement goals here. Right, using our formula of MISIC, write down as many achievement goals as you like. Here are some categories above that you can focus on, but just go ahead and write down some goals. Pause this and come back when you're done. Down the bottom of the screen, aspect number 2 are these experience goals. So I've given you some space here to just think about the type of learning experience you want to have throughout school, throughout your homework, throughout your education. So have a bit of a reflect or a ponder on this, and go ahead and fill out a couple of sentences describing the experience you want to have. And I've given you an example just in here. So go ahead and do that and come back to the video when you're done. Have fun. Alright, by now you should have a destination which excites you, which inspires you, which is your own destination, not someone else's. And what that's going to do to you is it's going to provide that stadium, right? It's going to provide that place that you can continue to look at and run to when the going gets tough, and it'll pull you towards it. It'll pull you towards its attainment. So it's going to provide you with that ongoing motivation. Third and final element of motivation is justification. So we've looked at two elements which are going to provide you with some serious motivational force. This last one's going to kind of tie it all together and like put the icing on the top. And these three combined are just explosive. So this third one is justification.